मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूतमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं मनसा स्मरामि श्रीरामदूतं वचसा वदामि श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि। ॐ तपस्वाध्यायनिरतं तपस्वी वाग्विदाम्बरं नारदं परिपप्रच्छ वाल्मीकिर्मुनिपुङ्गवम्।
ॐ तपस्वाध्यायनिरतं तपस्वी वाग्विदाम्बरं नारदं परिपप्रच्छ वाल्मीकिर्मुनिपुङ्गवम्।
कोन्वस्मिन् साम्प्रतं लोके गुणवान् कश्च वीर्यवान् धर्मज्ञश्च कृतज्ञश्च सत्यवाक्यो दृढव्रतः।
कोन्वस्मिन् साम्प्रतं लोके गुणवान् कश्च वीर्यवान् धर्मज्ञश्च कृतज्ञश्च सत्यवाक्यो दृढव्रतः।
चारित्रेण च को युक्तः सर्वभूतेषु को हितः विद्वान् कः समर्थश्च कश्चैकप्रियदर्शनः।
चारित्रेण च को युक्तः सर्वभूतेषु को हितः विद्वान् कः समर्थश्च कश्चैकप्रियदर्शनः।
Verse 17, 18 and 19. स च सर्वगुणोपेतः कौसल्यानन्दवर्धनः समुद्र इव गाम्भीर्ये धैर्येण हिमवानिव।
स च सर्वगुणोपेतः कौसल्यानन्दवर्धनः समुद्र इव गाम्भीर्ये धैर्येण हिमवानिव।
विष्णुना सदृशो वीर्ये सोमवत् प्रियदर्शनः कालाग्निसदृशः क्रोधे क्षमया पृथिवी समः।
विष्णुना सदृशो वीर्ये सोमवत् प्रियदर्शनः कालाग्निसदृशक्रोधे क्षमया पृथिवी समः।
धनदेन समस्त्यागे सत्ये धर्म इवापरः तमेवं गुणसम्पन्नं रामं सत्यपराक्रमम्।
धनदेन समस्त्यागे सत्ये धर्म इवापरः तमेवं गुणसम्पन्नं रामं सत्यपराक्रमम्।
So we have been seeing Balakanda section of Valmiki Ramayana, and in this we saw how Sage Vishwamitra, taking Sri Rama and Lakshmana along with him to his ashrama, Siddhashrama, he achieved his completion of his great yajna with the killing of Maricha and Subahu and other Rakshasas who had come to disturb the yajna. Well, they were all vanquished, and the major work accomplished when they asked the sage what is next in store for us, he had his own plan to take them to Mithila. And so here begins the journey towards Mithila. And I mentioned, so they reach the Shona river, and when they asked Vishwamitra about the area, well, it was the area of his own ancestors. His great ancestors from sage Kusha, who himself was the son of Brahmaji himself. And from sage Kusha came Vishwamitra's lineage. And so he talks about how sage Kusha had 4 sons. Each one of them was given a different kingdom, and every kingdom prospered, like the city of Kaushambi and the city of Kanauj, the modern city of Kanauj, which is in central UP, is all from the most ancient cities. Think of it, when sage Vishwamitra talks to Sri Rama, itself is over 10,000 years ago. Think of it. And he is talking about his ancestor. That is how old these places are. And the next one was the city of Dharmaranya around Gaya. And that Gaya was created by one of his ancestors, whose name was Gaya. And Brahma Sarovar lake forms part of that Gaya. It is a very powerful place for ancestral worship. So once in a Hindu's lifetime, they go there to give their oblations in Gaya, because it is said that whatever is done there for the ancestors, they will be definitely released and helped in their onward journey. And so here, the city of Gaya, and then finally in Bihar, this Rajgir area, and which is where the 5 hills, the territory of Magadha, and where Nalanda University existed 1,000+ years ago. And so till that far, up to Bihar, here we are looking at, this entire region was ruled by sage Vishwamitra's ancestors. And giving all that description, they finally cross the Shona river, and they reach they travel a lot and finally reach Gangaji. And seeing Gangaji that far away, well, Sri Rama and Lakshmana want to know more stories. It's a time for stories. And so they ask him, and well, a beautiful elaborate story of Gangaji's description, and how she takes birth in the great Himalayas to Mount Himavan, and being the older sister or the older daughter of Himavan, she is the older sister of Uma Devi, who eventually marries Lord Shiva. Gangaji is called to the celestial worlds by the Devas because of who she was, her power, her purity, and her capacity to cleanse all papa. Papa means afflictions. Affliction's source is ignorance. And she is that goddess who helps you remove your afflictions from its very root, ignorance, self-ignorance. And that goddess, the gods, the higher worlds want for themselves, well, she is taken to the higher worlds and she remains there, and from there he gives the story of how Gangaji reaches the earth. How Lord Shiva captures her on his head, his presence in Gangotri, well, she is captured, and then Well, after a long time, he finally releases her in 7 streams. This whole region, the Himalayan belt, is still Devaloka, remember. It's not considered a land on earth. It is a land of gods, it's Devabhumi. Earlier I used to think this Devabhumi name is given by the tourism department of India, just for tourism promotion. Well, until I began to live here and I realized how true it is, that it is truly a Devabhumi. We are the minority population. The human beings are the minority population. And when Gangaji comes down from the higher worlds into this part, already there are so many celestial beings, races like the Gandharvas, the Yakshas, the Siddhas, the Daityas, the Danavas, the Rakshasas, the Kinnaras, the Nagas. All these celestial beings of different races, from here they begin to follow Gangaji and they move with her, and therefore along Gangaji they don't want to leave her, they are with her. And so along Gangaji you find tremendous vibrations, tremendous healing powers, because all these celestial energies are in and around her. Oh well, so this is the story. As she reaches she hits the lower parts of the earth, she moves into 3 streams towards the east, 3 towards the west, and 1 behind Bhagirath Raja. And that is the stream that flows past our ashram here, behind these curtains. And she is called Bhagirathi Ganga here. Oh well, the story goes on, and Lord Rama and Sri Krishna and Lakshmana, they hear this beautiful episode of Gangaji's arrival on earth and how she moves up to Rasatala, from heaven to earth to the nether regions, Rasatala, where Bhagirath Raja's ancestors were stuck. And once she gets there, they are released.